Disclaimer. Due to the severity of the case presented, this video will be more serious than usual and will go over topics and events that some may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
GiantMilkDud, also known as GMD, is a successful Roblox developer who over the years has amassed a large audience of adoring fans, with nearly 100 million visits on their Toytail RP game, previously known as Tattletale RP. GMD also owns a group with over 440,000 members known as GMD Corp, comprised of mostly minors, and has amassed such fame and fortune that they are followed by David Baszucki himself on Twitter. But what if I told you that GiantMilkDud is in fact a predator? GiantMilkDud was born on June 4th, 1998 in Alaska, and has produced several games in their time on Roblox, including Toytail RP, Z-Box, and Bunoid Test, amongst a few others. These games mostly were and still mostly are enjoyed by minors, with the majority being people aged 13 to 15. Yet despite this, GMD has a long history of inappropriate misconduct around these minors, with several pieces of evidence and admissions that GMD had partaken in ERPs with multiple of his staff at Z-Box. By 2016, GMD was 18 and had established a Discord server, GMD Corp, which had a sub-community called Dark Corp. This sub-community was a hub for sharing NSFW content, notably content surrounding GiantMilkDud's characters and several other characters which looked young. This content included and was not limited to fetish and pedophilic content. Most concerning of all, there was no age verification for this sub-community, and it was directly connected to GMD Corp, which is connected to Roblox. Additionally, GiantMilkDud was known for their constant jokes regarding lollies. A lolly is a young female character which is generally depicted in sexually suggestive or explicit manner. Dark Corp was eventually shut down due to the lack of age verification, but the inappropriate antics of GMD would seep into the main server, which was advertised for 13+ users. This included suggestive and inappropriate emojis during the early days of GMD Corp. Sexual discussions, which were highly inappropriate in front of minors, took place. To add on to this, GiantMilkDud had inappropriately named voice chats with nods to lollies and other sexually explicit material not appropriate for minors to view. This behavior was not limited to off-platform incidents. Victims of GMD provided me with evidence that he had constructed strip clubs and bathhouses which encouraged players to be nude within private servers of his own games. These private servers had minors invited to them, with evidence of this still being up on YouTube to this day. His disgraceful activity on Roblox does not end there. GiantMilkDud has been caught on several occasions partaking in ERP and sexual acts on condos. This is unacceptable and unbecoming of a verified Roblox developer who has profited greatly off of this platform and appeals to a young audience. GiantMilkDud has two primary relationships which will be discussed. One is with an individual known as Telyak, also known as Spider, and the other person will be referred to as Victim X for privacy reasons. It is worth mentioning that GMD has flirted with minors on his staff team in the past, according to testimony from his own staff. There were also several occasions of GMD asking inappropriate questions and partaking in vile discussions with minors. The first relationship was with Telyak, in which GiantMilkDud began dating him in 2014, when GMD was 16 and Telyak was 12. The relationship continued until they were both 17 and 13 respectively. Whilst they were both minors, it is important to note that they had a fairly significant age gap, and that GMD influenced the future behavior of Telyak, who was later exposed to be a groomer and a pedophile, and has been gone from the internet for an extended period of time. This will be discussed in more depth later. The second relationship with Victim X took place in 2016, when GiantMilkDud was an adult, 18 years old. Victim X was 14 at the time of this relationship, which lasted for 3 weeks. In these 3 weeks, GiantMilkDud was found to be on condo games partaking in sexual activities with victim X, who is a minor. These acts included simulating penetrative sex over the Roblox game and erotic roleplay. When questioned on both incidents, GMD blatantly lies about the situation, claiming the relationship was purely platonic and the NSFW acts did not occur at the same time. Victim X provided testimony countering this claim, stating that the environment she had us in was absolutely unfit for minors. GiantMilkDud has regularly expressed his attraction to lollies, which are underage female characters depicted in a sexual manner. There are numerous examples of GiantMilkDud expressing this attraction publicly in front of his fans, including jokes on the Pink Fong mascot, who is implied to be a minor, and jokes about lolly characters from anime such as Toradora and Made in Abyss. These jokes are entirely inappropriate on their own, but the fact they are being publicly stated in front of minors in his Discord makes it even more alarming behavior. As we will come to see and have already seen, GiantMilkDud does not limit this to characters from media, but also characters from his own game, including the baby-talking Tattletale, heavily implied to be a minor. Additionally, it should be noted that a character in GiantMilkDud's game, prior to the removal of the Tattletales, was a character named Switchdog. According to testimony, this character was commonly played by people intending to partake in sexual roleplays. Furthermore, I have found evidence of this character having inappropriate voice lines.
Ooh woo, what's this?
This behavior persists on their social media, with common sexualizations of GMD's characters and other inappropriate posts. Later, GMD's social media activity will be proven to indeed be highly problematic. Moving forward, GiantMilkDud would continue to make gross and vile sexualized depictions of characters from their own game, via art commissions on Twitter and through other sources. This included showcasing his strange fetishes to his own audience, including a pregnancy fetish of their own character, K, amongst many other artworks. On April 1st of 2020, an April Fool's update would be released on Toytail RP, and a 13-year-old by the name of SMC5 would exploit the game and rip all the assets and create softcore joke porn of all the characters. Another person, who was also 13, reported SMC5 for being a groomer and a pedophile without being aware of their age. The actions of SMC5 were deplorable. However, GiantMilkDud did not ban him for creating joke porn, but rather banned him for exploiting. Several other notable events would occur regarding their community, including several raids by an individual known as Pancake Emoji, who continued operations where evidence presented by Maya Genesis to criticize MilkDud in the early days of Toytail RP would be resurfaced and shown in channels within the server. These are explained in more detail in Operation Cobalt's document, linked in the description. GiantMilkDud is not the only person who has committed unimaginably disgusting acts towards minors in their community, but also many of his associates, whom he had turned a blind eye to. One of these individuals was mentioned earlier, Telyak, also known as Spider. There is a second individual who will be discussed, going by the name of Starfy the Way. This user was found to be a predator after producing fetish work and ERPing with a 16-year-old whilst being 18. Though the situation was more brief, it was still a disgusting act which GiantMilkDud did not intervene in, with Starfy the Waifu remaining in the GMD Corp server until its deletion. GMD has shown complete apathy to predators and pedophiles within his community, not acting upon them whilst they are actively harming young people within his server. By 2022, GiantMilkDud's server was filled with extremely inappropriate content for minors, including sexual artworks and sexual topics being discussed in voice chats, which I have clips of.
Rai said Noi my koi you fucking fish molester. Rai said ki ha oh daddy put it in my cat. Rai said gooey ooey dewy surprise but sex with your sister. Rai said he hoo ho merry belated rape dog day. Rai said hink honk chong dong li with big dong goes to Chinatown. Rai said no you see what is going to happen is I'm going to act better and happy then kill myself. Rai said foolproof. Rai said demo sit on my dick.
Ew, woo, Daddy.
Oh, thanks.
Oh yes, Daddy. Oh yes, Daddy. Oh yes, Daddy. Oh, Pokemon porn. Yeah, you like that, you fucking hoe? He liked doing it though, so he enjoyed it. It's his fetish. I had a friend named Cliff. I think I'd more like jump on him if you know what I mean. Wink.
It looks like a
Oh,
DS game. It looks like a DS game. I think I'm gonna break my computer keyboard by pressing all these buttons. Oh my god, my fingers hurt.
Hot fucking. Take this dumbass edgelord's telling me to kill myself, you ungrateful cunts. I make stuff for you to enjoy and all I get is bullies telling me to fucking end my fucking worthless piece of shit life. I can't do it.
Do we call them hot dog because we all secretly have sexual attraction to dogs?
It's a
Where's
Chinese.
that ass?
Is that
Back it up. Back that ass up. Back it up.
Chinese.
At some point in 2018, when he was 20, GiantMilkDud would send a video of a lolly catgirl character with their panties exposed to a minor in their DMs, which was reported in 2022 and got his Discord account banned, with many celebrating the ban within the server. GiantMilkDud's Discord server was taken down this year, with reasons not entirely clear as to why. As previously mentioned, GiantMilkDud is followed by David Bazuki himself on Twitter. GMD's main Twitter is supposed to be clean, yet as shown earlier, he had shared art of Tattletale characters that was inappropriate. However, it does not end there. GiantMilkDud had interactions with NSFW Twitter accounts on his main account. In 2021, GiantMilkDud would create a public NSFW Twitter account under the handle Vixen Layla. This account commissioned not safe for work furry artwork, specifically feral artwork of a character named Layla. This degenerate and sickening behavior does not stop there, as GMD would also reference this Layla character within his own game with the following 4 characters: Pool Puppy, Pink Pool Puppy, Pool Reindeer, and Giant Pool Puppy. The depravity continues as he also had fetish artwork commissioned of his own game characters, being the Enta. This further spiraled into GMD commissioning art of his own staff with even more disgusting fetish content on this public Twitter account. These included macro, acro, tentac, balloonies, transfer, bimbo, tit, lact, BDS, degradation, gang, impregnation, hypnosis, exhibition, and forced masturbation. GMD also followed a company by the name of Bad Dragon on Twitter, which is a producer of animal sex toys. However, as we will come to see, his degeneracy has no limits. Meet Hina, a small corgi dog within GMD's game. This dog was used for feral porn commissions by GiantMilkDud. They also had fetish artwork made on this dog, among some other things. Disturbingly enough, GMD has many childlike avatars on their Roblox account too. Imagine yourself being a parent, only to find that your child is playing a game which is owned by such a vile individual, and that your child may have interacted with their disgusting content and inappropriate behavior. Imagine the hopelessness when you find that this developer has had these allegations for nearly a decade now, and continues to be supported by Roblox, So far that even the CEO follows their social media. Would you trust a company with your child when its figurehead associates himself with a person like this, who still to this day is on the platform and profiting off it?